great.
But
We shipped 3, and I thought that was great.
it was great to have you, your 3 were critical, but I'm expecting a lot more from my mutual aid partners. And when I get one person showing up,
Right.
that something's terribly wrong with our system. This is not something we've experienced a lot in the past.
No, I think it's been
Is this
occurring
online
more
or-
often than it has been in the past.
Oh,
I think,
I didn't know we were doing these.
since I've been,
It's not broadcast. You can go find it on YouTube.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
I'll be more polite.
So what is your conversation, Ben? What are you identifying as why, I mean, you told me that you fit tested 65 people over there.
no, we don't have that many people.
60, I told you we fit, maybe for N95s.
Oh, okay, but for,
We don't have,
but interior, you've got how many people?
Give me a minute.
At least,
Are we off track here?
Well,
Do you
Well,
want us to-
I think the point was about to be made, which I happen to agree with. If there's a meltdown in one,
Yes.
you can cover it for a while. We have covered
Yes, of
substantial
course.
gaps in it, like,
Yes.
we went on every OBI ambulance call for damn near a year,
yes,
right?
correct,
We can cover for a while,
right,
but eventually, it's gonna take the whole system down.
that's correct.
exactly,
I think
Yes.
everyone fully accepts that
which is what the
situation.
per diem program was intended to shore up, because when we
Right.
recognized this 5 years ago, we put these in place, and this is why we went from 25 days to 7 days, because we're recognizing the shortage. Unfortunately, structure fires aren't willing to occur during the day.
No, they seem to be at night.
or the other side of the equation is they're more apt to occur at night when people are asleep and vulnerable.
Well, last week, I was trying to get you to agree with me to get to 7 by 24.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I guess if you look at number 2, it starts off with what does the town need and expect,
yeah,
right? And so, I don't know that the town as an entity has had a significant, they have not placed expectations on the fire departments. They're basically,
No, we count on this committee.
yes.
Yeah.
You come to the town.
And the
tell us what your
departments.
needs are. Yeah,
to come to the table and say, so, and I'll give you for instance, so in 2016, when David came to the table and said the town has 5 years to figure this out because we're gonna be shutting the doors in 5 years,
Yeah.
which is the beginning of the per diem program. And then afterwards, I basically said, told certain people that were worried about it at Orr's Island, hey, actually, as it turns out, Orr's Island should have gone to the table first at that particular moment in time because they were in just about it. They were down to 11 and only one person was a firefighter when I went down there as chief. So we need to communicate more often that, hey, this is a problem. Now, if Orr's Island's down to one firefighter and Hobson Lake's down to one firefighter, the system's, that's not, we can handle this for 6 months,
yes,
right? That means we're relying wholly on one department to cover for 3 departments. That, one department being weak is one thing, but having a number of departments be weak that's an emergency in my opinion.
yes.
So,
But we still got to identify, as a department, our responsibility is to identify what's happening that we've got people that aren't turning out. I mean, if their excuses are legitimate, they're out of town or whatever, it still plays into your point that if we're finding out that the people we have are just unavailable because of other priorities, then we need to say, okay, how do we shore that up through some
Yes.
other system? I don't disagree. But we also have to have that conversation, as you're pointing out, and say, we got people that we've trained through firefighter 1 and 2 with the expectation that they're gonna participate. Why are they not participating?
and these are the things we're struggling with right now. Sean is trying to shake things up down to Orr's Island to try to figure out why people are not participating more. Right now, not
Yes.
including myself, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In
I mean,
theory,
they're the
they've
biggest
got
roster in town by a lot.
You have the biggest, right?
No, they
Yeah.
do not any longer. So, I do not have the certifications yet for the folks that completed the class in June, and I will not let them go interior until I have the paperwork. Okay, so keep in mind, 6 of those, we have 6 people that have completed the training, but we do not have official paperwork saying that they are legal to go in the building yet.
So they wouldn't be responding
So,
anyways.
they absolutely can respond, but I'm not having them put a pack on and go into a building, because if somebody gets hurt, BLS is gonna show up and slap a big fine.
No, but I'm
But they
just
can-
gonna say this the way I feel it. It's probably not the right way, right? Asking these people to go chase that down without any help, it's not gonna result in an immediate response. So we need to go, we pay Tri-County, okay, money to do it. We know who the players are. We need to get them to solve this problem. It's already been a month.
It's a matter of MSI has to actually issue it, and my understanding is they've been taking a month plus to get certificates out. It's not just a us issue. So as soon as they get it, we'll have them in hand, the whole class is gonna get their certificates, we'll put them on the file. But as I said, because
Isn't there
Sean and
a
I
ramp
talked
up
about
in
this,
time for them?
I told Sean, I said, we need to make sure they understand that while I'm not gonna let them go into a burning building with a pack on, they can surely pull the hose, they can do.
10,000
ladders.
other jobs.
There's plenty of things to do, so there's no reason not
Yeah.
to attend. Now, Oars Island now, because we went through the roster and we basically cleaned anybody off that has not been participating. They're down to 22 on their roster right now.
We were at 30, so.
That includes their EMTs and their drivers. There's 22 on Oars Island's roster right now.
How many are vehicle operators, pump operators?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I assume if they're a pump operator, they can drive a tank truck too, I mean,
I would say with the exception of one that has damaged the tank truck and I don't want him driving it anymore. We have.
Not once, but twice.
well, it's
Yeah,
consistency.
We've got 10 or 11 right now that can operate, we have 10 or 11 folks that can operate the engine, and we have 9 or 10 that can operate the tank truck. So, it's a matter of getting people to, I know Nick Minosis, he just came back, he's turned out on a couple of calls, but he was at the Criminal Justice Academy from January through June. He was.
Yeah, Nick was gone, right.
And the fire that you had the other night, on Saturday night, when they were doing the, he's working for Brunswick PD, they had him doing traffic control for 12 hours a day,
At the
Friday,
air
Saturday,
show.
Sunday. He was spent, he was gonna be no good to anybody, so he didn't respond to that call, but. So we're trying to, address that issue the best we can. John's getting frustrated. I can feel the frustration. I'm hearing it. Even when I'm on duty on Peaks Island, I hear every call, and I'm like, and afterwards, I'm like, did anybody go with you? All I heard was you on the radio. I was like, nope, it was just me.
I mean, you guys have not been sending a lot of people for various reasons, but we also have our own issues. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a white hat, and I've crossed that bridge 4 times this year driving a tank truck. You know, you probably don't need anybody else doing command work over there at that point, but it's just one of those things, you know, if something came in back on our side, they'd be turning around and going back. Problems everywhere.
This is not related to what we're talking about, but I do have this on the top of my head. Is somebody doing a little post-mortem on that structure fire from the other night on the cluster that happened in the beginning of tones and calls?
Oh, yeah, that was a mess.
All that stuff, because we actually had, doesn't sound like a lot, but we had 2 more people who, through the mess of all that, understood you didn't need any manpower. We're 20 minutes, 30 minutes away, like, it was under control, the garden hose was all out, all this stuff, and then that turns out to factually not be true. But what led up to that, in the beginning, like dispatch was wrong, the tones were wrong, blah, blah, blah. Is somebody trying to research what
Frank could tell you,
happened?
because he was first on the scene.
Well, no, but he just, I don't know how it got toned out, it didn't get toned out right.
It got toned out as a shed fire. It did,
Yeah.
it was, the thing they didn't do, so. they
I heard all the tones
Yeah,
went off.
they transmitted all the tones. I went back through and listened to
Yeah,
the
no, we
radio
checked on,
recording.
double checked on that.
But when they put it out, they simply said, MC2 and Rescue 7. They didn't include the fire department for some reason. Now, in my mind, anybody that's on the fire department should know if you hear the tones, to pay attention and, oh, it's only MC2 and Rescue 7, and maybe listen another 30 seconds. Well, that's a building fire. That was just a screw up on the dispatcher end.
Yeah, but it didn't get corrected, that's my point. Sean told him it was wrong, right? And then they didn't do what they should have done, which is bang out a full other set of tones with a structure fire with, with the right apparatus attached to it. I shouldn't have to guess.
It's also so when they called and asked you if you wanted the all hands on the radio, I was at work and I heard it, and I'm thinking, I don't hear enough people going, so I called dispatch on the phone and
Yeah,
said,
that I
ask
know.
701 if he wants the all hands, because that's why you got Brunswick.
Okay.
Because Brunswick's automatic, there's an auto dispatch for their engine when you strike the all hands. So that's how you wind up getting
Oh,
help.
well,
But I'm in the early part of it, not,
Yeah.
later on, Brunswick came and
And they don't,
people came and all that
they
stuff.
don't do tones for the all hand, they just do a beep beep, striking all hands, and then they send out another page to why I'm responding, so everybody gets a page that says the all hands has been struck. They don't do a complete set of tones, because if they, the thinking is, and they do this the entire county, the agreement was, if you have a raging fire and you just struck the all hands, the last thing you need to do is swallow up 45 seconds or a minute's worth of air time with tones and all of that stuff, so.
I'm not complaining about that, chief, I'm talking about the early part, where they didn't dispatch the right equipment.
Well, some of it, I didn't do a great job on the size up, because when I pulled in, I was looking for a shed, and it was. and it
Yeah,
was
I had
gonna be
the
a
same
trailer, and they were basically
impression the
pulling
whole-
me out of the car, cause the
Right.
guy's, all my stuff's on fire, I got pets in there, he's just going, I'm like, Jesus, give me a second, let me get out of here, I'm trying to get my stuff on.
I can tell you that in my head, because we just had a shed fire, when it said, it's a shed, I'm thinking, all right, well, it's beside the building, when, right, we're.
Yeah, sheds.
Well, and the one before that was a shed fire that turned out to be an illegal dwelling, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, I'm just
This
saying.
was a
I
70
didn't
by
have the-
14
I didn't
shed.
have a mental image that we had a
70 by
mobile home
14.
structure fire, right, which is the worst you could ever ask for.
Right.
That's the worst you can ask for.
So,
Sorry, anyway.
We've all been through this before, when a call starts bad, it's all you can do to swing things back around. I mean, the all hands was a help, because you got an extra engine company to give you a hand. Sean clearly said you didn't tone it out correctly, and they
Right,
didn't
but then they
respond to
didn't
it.
fix it.
So, I understand that's an issue.
So I'm just
I'm
trying to
pretty certain
follow
that
up,
the person that
somebody
was on the
following up
desk-
with dispatch to find out
Yeah.
what happened in that. I'm just talking about that first chain of events, which is when we have the time, because we're going to Harpswell Neck. If you're not rolling, you're not helping, And if Sean hadn't corrected it, it would have stayed uncorrected
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate. Normally I run with my engine, my tank truck,
Yeah,
which gives me 20 minutes of water.
yeah,
Tank 7 is in the shop at Northeast.
yeah.
So I've got no tank truck running behind my engine.
But
So-
David, could you have brought the other engine? Did you have people who
No.
could drive that?
No, I didn't. On the initial call, there was 4 of us. Frank's on scene
Yeah.
telling me what he's got.
Yeah.
Nelson and I, Dave Hendrick, I'm driving the engine.
Yeah.
Well, Nelson drove originally, then I took the engine over. So I gotta be the pump operator now, because I got these guys out on 2 hand lines.
At one point, didn't you ask Jack Stokinger to grab engine 9?
And he had it.
Right, when he came on and asked if I wanted it, I said yes.
Oh, that was down at Stover's Cove, the one he grabbed engine 9, right?
I just wonder why engine 9 didn't roll.
Because there was nobody initially.
I don't, that's what I'm saying. I
Right.
know I know Tank 7 was out of service, but there's another 1,000 gallons.
Another 750, which
Oh,
would have been
750, but
helpful, but knowing that I got a working fire already, and I've only got.
Yeah, no, I'm just
No,
asking.
but anyway, I
I'm
mean,
just asking.
I can't,
You didn't have a driver for a tank.
You didn't have a
9.
driver for it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
and tank 9 is in behind engine 9, so it's not just a question of rolling the tank truck. Someone's gotta come in and move one, get to the other, and all that's gonna take a lot of time. But anyway, when you're rolling up and you get your hands full, I'm relying on my mutual aid tankers to
Yeah.
come in now.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
And they
No,
both
but
came.
But thank God that you rolled when you did.
And there was a question about that afterwards. Somebody asked me, Aaron and Sean both asked me, should we have taken the engine first? And I said, no, in this case, he didn't have a tank truck roll. He needed water to get the
Yeah,
tank
no,
truck
that was all good. The only mistake on our part, I think, was Aaron rolling by engine 5 and going to the scene where he should have stayed with engine 5 and continued to send, Mario down to the fire.
Oh, I talked about that afterwards. Hindsight's 50/50.
No, I'm just saying, well, that's why you have postmortems.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
it was, it's shorthanded, you know, when you're shorthanded,
Which is every single structure fire.
yeah, well, when you gotta be the pump
Point the deck gun
operator
at it.
and the
run out of
chief
water.
at the same time, you get a lot going on.
And how many do you need? Like 10 to 12 if it's, you have to
12.
go interior?
You need 12 at a structure fire ideally.
Okay.
That's what the,
It's amazing, though, that we think 12 is ideal.
12,
5.
really?
12 is kind of like, we're stretching for 12, but most places think 12 for a structure
We'll take 5.
We at least have, if we could at least have 4. so at least we can go-
5, we need 5. Okay, the correct minimum is 5.
It takes us more people because you have to have probably 2 at the pond
Yeah,
refilling tankers. You have to count your tanker drivers for 3 tankers. You just ate up 5 people right there.
yeah,
So rural water is labor intensive.
yeah.
So David, you'll forward out those 2 studies to the committee?
Yes.
Okay, and, so we can have a conversation about if.
I think it'd be helpful if you read them first.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
You'll have a much better understanding of the process.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Great.
I've sent them to you in the past, I don't know, I can resend them if you want.
Resend them.
Yeah, yeah, and I remember you sent them, it's been a few years now.
Yeah.
I do remember you sending them originally.
But I also saved hard copies, just in case I had to rescan it.
Yeah, I mean, because any kind of consolidation, you know, it's more complicated than it would have been when OBI consolidated, right? Now between, I mean, we're going through this right now with EMS licensing. That side of it, I mean, there's plenty of stuff to do. The town ordinance has to be addressed if you're gonna do that, like she was trying to say when she was saying codes.
Yeah,
We knew what you meant, but.
yeah, ordinances.
the-
We did it with 5 or 6 of us upstairs at the Vale Island Fire Barn and a lawyer.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I've read the articles of consolidation, that, the corporate side of it was really pretty simple.
Yeah.
You just got the 2 corporations to vote to consolidate, and that was the end of it.
Yep.
So, you know, that's pretty easy, but that's probably the easiest part of the whole process. So, anyways,
But if you're gonna continue, you know, on this track of, you know, full-time 24/7, you get everything ready for budget,
Yeah,
which is September.
yeah. So hopefully at the next meeting, we'll have some more information, if Frank has had the time to pull together to make a recommendation to the select board for how to approach that piece of it.
so I just have a question. If we go 24/7, so the evenings, would they be at Oars and Bailey Island until the new station opened, or, okay,
Well,
No,
Well, it
But
wasn't,
right-
there's not a consensus, I'll say that,
But, I'm
that we
sorry,
would do 7 by 24 before we have the new station.
no, I don't support it before the new station.
yeah, there was
That-
consensus for
I
the
don't support
station.
it before the new station.
but do we have to have everybody agree, or could the majority agree? I'm just asking.
yeah, you committee vote.
Okay, okay.
You could have a vote about it.
I think we've got our hands full right now with building the station. We need to get that project up, running, underway, and then possibly look at what the procedural is going to be for hiring full-time 24/7 coverage.
How you guys doing with
This
building?
needs to be a stepped process. If we start trying to implement too much at one time, we're gonna be tripping over ourselves.
How you guys doing with the building? 'Cause
We'll
I
find
don't-
out in an hour.
Okay, I don't, okay, I haven't got
It's been,
At 3 o'clock, you can stand by and watch.
it's, waiting on a few things from the surveyor, you know.
Okay. Okay,
It's moving.
So,
Is the permitting at DEP already in or not? Just as a
we'll
long,
find out in 45 minutes.
the long lead time item.
I think it's been submitted,
That was my question.
I believe so, but I met with DEP along with, Andy.
Andy,
Yeah.
Should we look at, if we're not gonna have, I'm just, the other night, only having a few guys on, see, that's tough sledding on structure fires. Not only doing the firefighting afterwards, but then everybody goes home and now we gotta put all that stuff back in service with only a
yeah,
few
all the
guys.
recovery, that's all big too.
Yeah.
I mean, expanding maybe our mutual aid agreements to bring in more people. I mean, right now we had Brunswick only, maybe we need to expand to Thompson, West Bath, or. to
Well,
get
but we
more
do
people.
that by striking the second alarm if we.
If you do another alarm, you get more help.
So,
I'm just looking at,
Well,
the
you'll
more
get-
bottles I go through, and
At least you get an
I mean, Brunswick
engine from
last-
Brunswick.
You'll get an engine,
I mean,
you'll get an engine from,
Literally, I got done working, putting that engine, at what, 5 o'clock, 5:15 in the morning, and my shift started at 6.
Yeah,
so this, to me, this is the big problem for you and Sean,
The
right?
recovery.
And I'm not sure what to do about it. You can't say you're doing a 24, right? You just can't, you can't fight the fire as a volunteer all night and then show up at the crack of dawn, say, you
Yeah.
gotta be up all
That's
day.
what-
That's
I mean,
just,
that's
that's just silly. I don't know what the fix is.
Well,
Like,
the fix
you
is
know,
you should've gone home.
well,
Well,
or,
I mean,
you know, take a nap
Well,
in the
so-
lounger,
Yeah, that's right.
lounger at Harpswell Neck and whatever today's chores are. They ain't gonna get done.
I haven't seen him lounge yet, so.
Well,
It's not in my DNA, so.
well,
So, I mean,
everybody's gotta sleep sometime.
I can tell you, most career departments, they don't send their people home very rarely after a fire.
No.
So, I mean, the idea that you have a fire, they're gonna send you home is,
I certainly wasn't suggesting that I wasn't complaining about it, I was just saying, maybe we need more people, because
Yeah.
it was,
yeah, we could have the people that didn't show up the night before, if they were in town, come and help with recovery, because that takes a lot of
I
time.
was actually talking to some of the full-time guys today, that even though we struck the all hands, and we didn't get very many full-time guys coming in either, but even if you are out of town, living out of town and you're an hour or so away, maybe we need to reiterate, you still need to come in, because you can still help put stuff back in service,
Yeah.
even if you're rolling hose at the end of the fire.
yeah, I mean, that absolutely could be helpful. I mean,
Yes.
I can tell you, there's been plenty of structure fires where when Rescue 5 gets back, everybody's spent, and we make sure that there's at least a hand line back on the truck and the tank's full of water, and then come back later in the afternoon afterwards and really put the truck back together.
Yeah, but I mean, Hartsville Neck's got the benefit of having 2 full-time engines, and so does LVI. I mean, it's not the crisis it is at Cuddy's Harbor. Like, if we don't have it, if we don't put it back together, we ain't got an engine. You know, there's another one sitting in the station at LVI and Hartsville Neck.
But you
Re-
got your
ready
tank
to go.
truck with pre-connects and a
Yeah.
Yeah.
500 pump,
Yeah.
so it's not that you're,
No, not dead, but
You're not
but
uncovered.
but it doesn't have anything else.
But
No
my
thermal, no,
My
you know,
point
rescue
is,
equipment, no
we
nothing.
get back after spending 6 hours on a hose line and the crew's spent. Sometimes the truck doesn't go back to 100%
No.
right off. It may be that we schedule to get 4 or 5 guys back.
No, we
together at
meet
3
later
o'clock
and
in
do the
afternoon
hose and all that
All
stuff.
in the evening to put it back together,
Yeah,
so.
no, that happens all the time.
And so you may already be aware, we used to have Brunswick or somebody come down and do station coverage if we struck the all hands, but we stopped that because the last time we did it, Brunswick wound up at the fire with West Bath, and then county called for the next, which was Bath, and said, we need you to send an engine down to Harpswell for station coverage. And Bath is like, we've got barely enough crews to cover our own city, we're not sending somebody down to babysit your town. So we stopped doing station coverage.
it only makes sense based on our call volume that, you know, you bring another
Yeah.
city in the
City,
cover.
that's crazy. They're gonna do 3
And
calls before we
quite
ever
frankly,
get one.
the theory is that if we had another call come in and Brunswick's at the scene or whatever, we keep their truck intact, and we clear their crew and say, can you go take that other call for
When
us?
now you call back.
Yeah, or, I mean, whatever we gotta do, but we don't do station coverage anymore in town.
I noticed, and I don't know whether it's here or there, but we've been leaning on calling West Bath more frequently than Topsom. It used to be Brunswick, Topsom were always our 2 primary calls outside of town. I think the other night, just through the lens of rear sight, probably would have called Topsom for a tanker if we'd thought of it. We didn't know we didn't have tankers coming right off.
So if you with the all hands, you got the Brunswick engine, with the second alarm, you would have gotten the tanker from West Bath and an engine from Topsom with a second alarm. And when West Bath comes, they come with their tanker, but they also come with their squad truck.
Yep, and people,
Yeah, and they
manpower.
come with people, and that's one of the reasons why we've been bumping them up, because like, they've been stepping up and saying, hey, we'd love to come down to Harpswell and help you out. We're like, okay, we'll call you,
That sounds good.
so,
Were they bored? Why would they,
so they don't do any EMS, their folks are all fire.
oh, they're,
And so,
Bath does.
they're, I mean, when we did the
They got a good
structural
tanker.
firefighter training, 2 years ago, down on Bailey Island, we had the boat fire over here at the marina. Those guys were down here training with us.
Oh, they were.
And-
The West
and
Bath, yeah.
I'm not certain, but they may have been the first one on scene at that.
I think there were.
Yeah.
I think they
the
were
Fire
too.
company on scene at
good.
that fire. So, seemed to be a good group of guys. And of course, Mike Drake had the in with them, so he's like, yeah, they'd love to come down here. I said, okay.
Yeah.
And the chief in West Bath, I believe, is the chairman of the Saginaw County Chiefs Association. So whenever we need to talk about mutual aid agreements or anything, he's the one I reach out to.
Is that Bain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, at least he was. I think he still is. So, all right, so I'll look forward to finding some time to read.
Me too.
When you send it.
It's a
out.
good read, it really is a good read, it's very well done.
In the end, I mean, it's just indicative that we certainly by no means are the first ones that have ever gone through anything like this.
Yeah.
So we don't have to reinvent the wheel completely, we just have to adapt it to the way we want it to turn.
So I think the biggest the biggest thing in this question was, are we open to are we at the point where we're open as three departments to have this conversation? And it sounds like we're at least willing to read the reports and start having
Oh,
the
no,
conversation.
we're certainly willing
Yeah,
to explore, looking at, understanding the ramifications of the variety of directions that it may take you, and the length of time it's gonna take you to actually institute it. It's not something that you're just gonna do overnight. It could be done in 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, you don't know.
We'll all be dead, David.
You know? Huh?
We'll all be dead.
no.
I'm trying
Seven
to,
years.
Don't
I'm
say
trying to
that.
move it far enough out, so I'll be going.
7 years, we're not gonna.
I presented a paper to our board of directors addressing this in about
The rest
'98,
of it's got one foot in the grave.
I
just
just
in
get-
anticipation of someday it's going to happen.
I gotta just push it beyond my time. After that,
Yeah. You even buying green
When are
bananas?
you retired? When you're cutting the ribbon, David? You're then like, oh, I'm retired.
Well, I
Well,
think,
I don't, I mean, again, I like to be responsive, but I don't think there's anything on this that we're going to formally respond
Yeah, good.
to.
Well, there is gonna be a response. David's gonna send out and then I'll
Okay, well,
also
that's
share
fine
that.
too, but I mean,
I'll share that information with the
this,
committee
the
that
first
asked the
question is,
question.
the first question is a design question.
Yeah,
Right? It's not read a report, it's like, okay, what is the appropriate system? That's a, a structural design question.
Well, the appropriate system is what we currently have. We have a combination or a hybrid system. We currently have it, and unless anybody disagrees, I don't think there's any future in which that changes. Does anybody see,
I think when we have a centralized emergency services building extant with an administrator to oversee it, perhaps take the role, perhaps not, any transitions we make from that point on are going to be much more fluid than they could ever be right now.
Yeah.
So I think goal one, we're already in goal one, it's what we have to do for a first step. Then, at that point, I mean, we can either yes or no, start making a transition. But we have to have that foundation, figuratively and literally, in place.
it potentially has huge financial impact
oh,
on the
heck,
town.
yeah, huge.
Huge. I mean, we're talking, looking at budgets of over $2 million. So, I mean, it's something that you just don't, well, let's do this. Well, town's gonna have a lot of discussion,
What do you think I'm sitting here thinking about?
about,
well, and it's not, I mean, you could still wind up in a hybrid model. I mean, as far as
Yeah.
governance goes, it could be that you have a municipal fire department and you have a new a consolidated 501c3 that is the fire company. The volunteer fire companies is a consolidated 501(c)(3). You could still have that, you could still, I mean, I'm not saying that's the right way or the wrong way, I'm just saying, the only game in town isn't a complete consolidation into a municipal fire department. There are options,
Oh, yeah.
so.
You have to circle back on what we designed this building to do. It depends on the existence of the other three structures and equipment.
It
and
does.
people to man them
Yeah.
to work, okay? It's not a building, big enough to do it all. So you can't blow past the, you better have them around with the necessary stuff to take to fires and the people to do it.
Just because of our geographic idiosyncrasies, I don't see the volunteer
No.
stations going away, you
They
know,
can't.
that. And I had this conversation online with someone, I had to give them an explanation a while back. Someone made an offhand comment that, they would only support a station on the mountain road if the other stations were closed. And I says, no, you don't understand our situation.
Well, you can't make it big enough,
No,
and you can't hire enough people to do it.
it's been the story right since day one.
We
need-
could do that, I mean, Poland has got one station, and they cover a huge geographic field, but they're doing it at the expense of minutes of response. Do we wanna do that? Well, we sure as hell don't want to.
Well, where the hell they bringing the water from? That's all I gotta care about. Cause it don't make any difference if you don't have a way to roll with
Yeah,
an ongoing 30,000 gallons of water to the structure. We could just say the town put in a hydrant system, we'll be all set.
You're complaining about $2 million a year.
It's gonna be above ground, right?
No, we gotta dig the whole place up. We'd like some hydrants. It's our next request.
David's got hydrants right behind his station.
'Cause
They're the prettiest hydrants I've ever seen.
I get 13 of those damn things.
Bailey Island's got one.
A cistern?
Well, still got a hydrant on the
Right,
top, still
and we-
got a hydrant on
and
the
we
top of
actually-
it,
And we actually used
and it
it.
has water in it
We
too.
actually used it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has it.
The cistern,
Yeah.
you used it?
Yeah,
yeah.
we
yeah.
did, we did.
Bought the
We ran it-
fire on
we ran
Eaves
it from
Avenue.
We ran it dry,
Oh, okay, yeah.
It filled
Was
right
it-
up, though.
Is it 10,000?
30.
30,000 gallons.
Yeah.
Drained it.
I know we used the tank farm saltwater system only one time that I remember on a fire, and that was Bill Knight's barn. And that's why Bill Knight still had a house standing the next day. But,
I'm gonna
How
have to
come you use the
excuse
saltwater
myself.
system then?
because the saltwater system was the only suppression system that existed at that time.
Oh, they didn't have the tower?
They had, the tower was there, but that had been a freshwater / domestic system, but the actual suppression system that was maintained after that was done away with was the saltwater system. And that was a high-pressure system. That was doing, I think, 90 pounds at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
It's like 125, 130 at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
We stuck that in Aqua Cove one night, fire on the Aqua Point, high tide, put a truck there and filling tankers with it.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, we've used salt water, but that was the only time we ever used it from pressurized system.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That's
guys,
But I like to tell the chief, open 9 dead
So I
bodies,
have a call at 2:30,
we
so.
using our saltwater hydrant.
Are you pretty much done now?
yeah, I think at this point we're,
Pretty much
Did
done.
anybody else have any questions
So,
on that?
Oh.
so we need to look at these minutes, and I think they're
Yeah.
great, and, approve them.
all right, you move in the
I
amendment.
move that we approve the
Who wants
minutes
to second the minutes?
as written.
I'll second as written.
All in favor?
Thank you, Frank.
At least we can, say we,
Thank you, Frank.
close the book on something.
Someday, we have
I didn't see
some
two people
more.
vote, any opposed? I see two hands go up.